Hello, thank you for joining me. It's Linda from lindaspapercraft.co.uk and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and we're in week 2 of March 2023 Coffee and Card, and this month we're featuring the Bamboo Beauty stamp set, and if you went for the gold option it did include 3 brand new blending brushes, however we're not using them today. I think of the 5 cards, because it's a bonus month this month, you get 5 Thursdays, 3 of them are using blending techniques. Today we're just stamping. So, and this time we're using Poppy Parade, and my stamping is in Poppy Parade, Early Espresso, Garden Green. Okay, so any neutral for your stems and any green for your leaves will do. Green's really good, it goes with anything. So I'm going to get my colours out. I've just been sticking on my new labels. One or two things have walked from class, I'm sure accidentally, absolutely accidentally, and of course they all look the same. So I was looking at a little Tupperware pot that we've got that's got Sydney's name on, that I've had since nursery, and so I thought, do you know what, I'm going to see if they work on my equipment and I can fit Linda's Papercraft onto the label. So I'm well impressed with that. So let's see how they go. Right, it's the little things, I'm very easily impressed. Right, okay, so here we go. Don't lose your little 1-inch circle. Okay, so I've used a 1-inch punch to punch that out, which is now retired. However, I was looking on our website this morning and we've got a new online offering, so none of these are in the catalogue. There's loads of stuff. You just need to go on the website and click on online offerings, and it includes, there's 2 circle punches, not as small as this, but there are 2 circle punches coming back, which is always welcome. So, and we have our circle dies, but sometimes it's just really easy just to grab a punch and get on with it. So, right, so in your pack you have a red circle, Poppy Parade basic white that we're going to stamp on, and you've also got a deckled rectangle that we're going to stamp on as well, your little tiny 1-inch circle, and then we've also got, that can't be 1 inch, no, it's 3/4 of an inch, it's really small. So I've given you a piece of basic white which I have embossed for you using the basket weave embossing folder, which I love, and I suspect that's in, well, both catalogues actually are ending at the end of April. So it's time to be looking through your catalogues and just see if there's anything you've missed, if anything you want to get. But I just love this one. It's so effective. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? Just look at that. So I've already embossed the piece for you because I thought it looked really nice with the bamboo stamps, and then a piece for the inside and your card blank. Okay, so let's get some stamping done. So I'll pop all the non-stamping stuff away. Okay, over there. So we'll just keep the card out for reference, as our leader says, and I'll get started. So the first thing we need to do, I think, is get the main decorative piece stamped. You are going to need, these stems are quite long, so I'm actually using an eye block. An alternative thing, you can use your stamp apparatus if you don't have such a big block. And to be honest, because they're such long, thin stamps, if you do have a stamp apparatus, you might be worth using that, because they are very easy to rock, because they are long, thin stamps. So I'm going to go with my thicker bamboo shoot first. There we go, and I'm going to go a 1, 2, 3 bits showing. So I'm going to have these 3 showing. So I'm just going to go to the edge of this here when I'm stamping. And I am going to ink that up with Early Espresso. And again, to stop myself from rocking and getting ink on the side, I'm just going to come in from the top and just ink up. Tap, tap, tap. But inking the stamp, not stamping the ink. Okay, There we go. See, I still ended up getting a little bit on the edge there, so I'm just going to wipe that off just to get a perfect image. Okay, there we go. So, and I'm going to be maybe a bit over, a bit that way of halfway, aren't I really? So, pop that down. There we go. I've got a feeling I did the little one twice looking at that. Hey ho. Do as I say, not as I do. So you can do the two little ones if you want, or I've actually gone for a big one and a little one on this one, so a little bit of a design change. So its nose. And then again with the little one, I'm going to come in and add the ink from above, just so you're a little bit more control and you're less likely to rock. Again, I've caught it there, so I'm just going to wipe that off with my damp cloth. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to do that. So just next to it, moving over to the left. And there we go. So I've actually, as you see on that one, I've got two thin ones, this one a thin one and a wide one. Do what you want. Okay. Pop those back and pop my massive block away. And this time I have actually used both sets of leaves again. So just going to pop those on there and get out my garden green ink, which is here. And this time I'm just going to tap, 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 tap. Happy with that. Put that out of the way. And I'm just going to do that so it's just coming off the branch and going up to the side there. And then I'm going to do the same with this one here at the bottom. So between the two there will be some overlap, and I'm actually taking, you can see where they cross over, I'm taking that down beyond the circle. So you've just got the two. Woo! That was a bit of shock, I didn't know where it gone. There. And then we're filling in with the other two. Stamp. Well, the other one stamped twice. Okay. This is the smaller leaves and they face the other way. So again, I'm just looking where they're going to fit onto my circle, so fitting in that gap there. Obviously you've seen bamboo, it crosses over all the time, so it's not a tidy plant, isn't bamboo. Okay, ooh, look at all that there, that was bad. It's been a bit heavy handed there, so I'm just using my nail and my damp cloth to get rid of that, and then I'm going to come in again at the bottom. And I'm just lining that up so that I've got most of the leaf next to, there we go. So we've got lots of leaves and and two shoots just there. And then we're going to use the sentiment You're So Loved. You can use any of the sentiments in your pack. We have loads. Or any of your other sentiments if you want to use a different one. And just going to pop that down there, and then you see this has got all blending on the other side, so I've turned it over, but it's a bit loose. Rubbish, Linda. So again, quite a slim stamp. You could use the narrow block to do this actually, the little narrow one, but I'm just going to use this one because I want to be able to see the edges better. So again, nice and straight, and just to the left, down, straight up again. You are so loved. And then the final bit of stamping is our little hieroglyph. I don't know Chinese writing's called. I am interested to see if it actually means anything, if anybody knows. That'd be really good if that does actually mean anything. I don't know. Perhaps put it in a Google picture search. So, and I'm going to use for that the Poppy Parade ink, but any red ink will do, or just use your green or your even your brown would work. So, and I'm going to be using the corners. I don't know if you can tell. This needs a little bit of a wipe and a little bit of a re-ink. It's getting a bit dry, this, so I'm going to do that. And I was saying I want the single character to be at the top, but it's on a circle, so it can get wherever it likes. So because it needs re-inking in the middle, I am just inking this up in the corners. Okay, you can see where I inked up the other one. There we go. I think I'll leave that out for some attention. And then excuse the head, just trying to centre that over my tiny weeny little circle. There we go. Perfect. So, and then we just need to glue everything together. So again, you know, this stamp set does really lend itself for some nice, simple, sophisticated card making. Leaving that out so I can sort it out. Sometimes the red ink pads do that, and sometimes they seem to actually grow. If it's less than 2 years old and you've got any sort of messiness on the top, send a picture to your demonstrator and usually we can get it replaced. If it's more than 2 years old, unfortunately the guarantees run out. So you just wipe it off with a damp cloth and then re-ink. And often a friend of mine's doing that at the moment with her Calypso Coral, and I have lent her my re-inker. So, right, and it's the red ones that do it. It's bizarre. There must be something in the ink. Right, so let's stick this down. So I'm just adding glue. But that's the thing with Stampin' Up. It's really high quality and it is guaranteed. But not forever, unfortunately, which is fair enough. Okay, and then I've stuck this flat down on here, but I did put my little hieroglyph on dimensionals. I don't know whether it's a hieroglyph because that's more Egyptian things, isn't it? So, your circle is just about as wide as your deckled rectangle. Again, we don't know if they're carrying over yet, so you need to be looking now as we're coming towards catalogue changeover, what you really like and what you've not got yet. And honestly, there are things in this catalogue I haven't got yet and still want. So you heard that. There's so much detail in this one, which is why I'm sort of spreading glue everywhere. It's just a fairly narrow border. Okay, and then this, I mean, not dissimilar to last week's layout, you know, detail rectangle with a embossed background, but in a lot of ways completely different from last week's. Okay, there we go. And that's just in the middle near the top, and I've tried to make sort of these three borders fairly even. And then I've just popped a dimensional on my little circle. So let's get my dimensionals out. It's just a standard dimensional on the back of the circle. And then, as I say, for no other reason than the single characters uppermost on the box. So I'm assuming that's if it does say something the right way up. So I'm going to pop the single character. Just going to get, oh, there we go, my fancy tweezers. So I can just place that exactly where I want it. Nice and straight, and press it down. There we go. And then just need to glue this on the inside. I love the way I turn over a completely blank piece of paper card to put glue on the other side. So there is still time at the moment. At time of recording, everything's still available in the catalogue. So if you want to join in with this month's coffee and card, just send me a message. My email is below. Okay, so there we go. So that's card 2 finished, and might need a new bone folder to get a little bit mucky. Right, so I hope you've enjoyed that, and I will see you with card 3 next week. Take care.
Bye.